Hey guys, it's Dr. Liz Jenkins with Dr. Liz Coaching, and how are you doing today? I had to jump in this afternoon this afternoon. I've been talking to some of my folks, and there seems to be this theme coming up, especially today. I had several. We were talking about dating apps, being tired of not finding the right person, starting, stopping, all those things. And an interesting theme came up for all of them. And I thought maybe it's for a lot of us, whether we're talking about dating apps and setting our standards, or just other places in our lives. And so, if you're single and you're looking at the dating apps, here's the thing. Chatting with some folks, I said, I guess I'm going to have to get back on the dating apps. I love organic dating. We can't do much of that these days. And so here goes. Oh boy. And was okay, let's talk about what is the format, or what is the availability right now for you to get out there and connect with someone. You guys are, you're bright, you're intelligent, you're educated, you're awesome looking. What's holding you back? And you know what they say? They said because when they get on this device, the dating apps, and they're typing and they're texting and they're swiping, it was hard for them to really get a feel for the individual, because what if that person, so here's where our concerns, and they are legitimate concerns and legitimate safety words. What if this isn't really this person, the picture, the catfish me? What if it is that person, but they're really good? Or what if they're a really great person, but their picture's not that great, and I skip them or don't put enough energy into them, or I get tired of texting, and the anxiety goes up. Whoa, okay. And so something that could be as simple as like, let's just have some fun. Let me see if I can increase the odds, and let me find somebody that might be interesting. And right then, there's all these kinds of anxious thoughts and anxious behaviors, and when people get overwhelmed. And in this one particular case, one of the individuals says, I just stop, and I'll stop texting, and then I'll just sort of wait and see if they're interested or not, because I said, what holds you back? Well, I don't want to hurt their feelings, and I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to invest too much time into this texting back and forth. And so we started talking, and this person is a hiring manager. In fact, a couple of them were hiring managers, where they saw lots and lots and lots of resumes come across their desk every single day. And they made some very strategic, very important decisions for their business, and the other one works for a company. I said, so what if the dating app was a resume? I said, how many folks have you hired by just their paper or electronic resume? It comes across your desk, it comes across your phone. And do you hire them? Like, oh no, no. No, of course not. Why? It looked like I was crazy. I said, so then why are you relying on simply a texting or a picture to get to know this person, whether they're worth coming in for a first level interview? Another one says, I really like to hear people talk. I need to know how they put together words and thoughts. I need to know if they're really the one that's texting me. And I said, so how many times do you pick up the phone and have a conversation with them? I said, about 0. And so what I'm finding is that a lot of folks, and one even told me, well, you've been married for a while, so it's a whole different dating world out there. I said, I get it. I get it. I've watched so many of family, friends, clients go through this. I totally get it. But I see that you're missing a good part of your power. So for the one that likes to hear people speak, and the other two that said, I would never hire off of a paper or electronic resume, they said, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? You obviously have a preference. You know who you want to have into your world. So invite them for a call. Maybe partway through that, you say, hey, look, I just prefer, why don't we just pick a time where we can talk to each other? You don't have to use your real phone number. You can get a Google number or something. You can be safe. But if you're the kind of person that needs a little bit more of a hear their voice, or you want to see if they can put all the sentences together, or if there's anything that might be pleasant, invite them to a phone call. Just because the format of the app has been texting You are perfectly allowed to have a preference. And if you want, it could be a virtual, let's have a beverage and chat. And so you're in the privacy of your house with your pets or whatever. They're in the privacy of wherever they are. And you guys have a phone call or a FaceTime for it doesn't have to be a long time period of time, but you get a brief meet and greet to then decide if you're willing to invest any more energy in this person, or if they're better than you expected, or if they're a little bit less than you expected. All right? Let's stop losing your power. Stop. If you have a preference, remember it and step into it. If the other person isn't into getting on for a phone call, then maybe they aren't the right person for you long term either. Okay? If they're only about texting and then you're going to show up randomly in a location and you're not comfortable doing it, then don't. And so that's where I'm saying you get to decide. All right? If you're a hiring manager that only hires based on first time interviews, second time interviews, a round of 3 interviews, and the applicant who sent their resume and who says, no, thanks, I don't do interviews, maybe they're not going to be the right employee for the company or your business, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, please remember you have the ability to take whatever resources are out there for you. And if it's not organically dating right now, if it's apps or it's a referral from a friend, you're going to love this person, you can step outside of those constraints. If you have preferences, you have needs about what you like or how you want to really meet somebody or find out if you like them, then write them down. Let's start making a list. Let's make a requirement list and let's start employing that. Because the only thing you've got to lose is yourself if you live by the restrictions of others or restrictions, the shoulds, the shouldn'ts. Okay? Anyway, had to drop in here, had to say my 2 cents because you're not alone if you're in this thing. How could I in my just a few days have so many folks talking about a very similar stressor, concern, anxiety producing kind of experience as dating apps, getting out there, not getting out there. Well, what do you do? Okay, what do you do? I know I'd like to tell you to do, could help you to do, is drop me a line, DM me, and I'd be happy to invite you into my free, private, Smart Single Ladies community, Facebook community, where we talk about all of these things, where you get support, get experience, get guidance. It's all free. So, see you later. I've got dinner to make, and maybe you have some decisions to make too. Take care. Bye.